It's a business cousins podcast where we mix family and business. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen, I got some good news and some bad news for you. Um, Bad news is you don't need more information. The good news is you don't need more information. We're going to talk to you through what you actually need to get to the next level of success in life and business. Hey, Cuzzo, what's going on?
Hey, cousin, how you doing?
Another
Made it
day's
to
another
another
chance.
Tuesday.
Yes.
Yes. Welcome to Business Cousins, everyone. I'm Tasha C. Ware, CEO and founder of HOS Collective, and I help you do what you should be doing that you already know you should be doing when it comes to your wellness and fitness.
I love it. It gets better every week. Hey, I'm Bruce Hill, your Better Questions coach, helping you grow your business and multiply success by teaching you to ask better questions. I love it. So, shout out to Tasha again
Yes.
for coming up with great topics. I think we got a delay going. Are you catching that?
I think we got a delay going too. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's on
It's all
my
good.
end or your end,
Oh, I always blame Xfinity.
but we weren't delayed 2 seconds ago. So, oh, but it's definitely. Well, there you have it. It might be Xfinity. Um, yeah, we can hit a reset and come back in.
I still let it ride.
All right. Okay.
I'm gonna close all the windows. Listen, and because I always love doing this live in this hyper edited world. Everything's gotta be picture perfect. It's not perfect though, especially
No.
when it comes to business, especially when it comes to family.
Especially when it comes to this digital stuff, where any given day, Verizon or Xfinity might be like, you know what, psych, you can't do your job today. Do something
I'm
else.
like, I pay y'all. Do your job.
Definitely pay our bills.
Man, listen, I feel like with all of the digital, the information, we've got ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude. There's so much information out there. There's so much technology out there. And yet some people are still stuck.
Yes.
What happens? Where are they getting stuck? If it's not information, because not only we have more information, we have more access. Where are people getting stuck? They get unstuck.
And that's why this was a good topic for us today. Like, you don't need more information. You need to do more doing.
Mm.
There's a lot of people, I've seen it time and time again, whether it's in business or whether it's in fitness, where they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna read that one more book, or I'm gonna save that one more workout." And it's like, "Well, when are you gonna actually do what's in the book?" And that's something we talked about after I read your book. Is like, what am I going to apply that I learned in the book? Though, like, it's great. I love reading. I read a book. I read every day, but some are fiction, so there's nothing to apply.
Okay, fair.
But yeah, I think that's a lot. People do a lot of lip service.
Hmm. I got some good quotes on knowledge versus execution. One of my personal favorites, because I came up with it. If you just collect knowledge, you end up being a historian. You
Mm-hmm.
just collect history. But when you apply what you've learned, then you make history. And I want
Mm.
more history makers.
Yes.
Um, but what about that person that says, "Well, I'm reading so I can and get it right. I'm getting ready and preparing so I can have a successful business. I gotta learn more. I need more information."
Um, well, overlearning can be also equal procrastination because
Oh,
they're just scared to jump on in. There's a lot.
overlearning can be procrastination.
Yes, like,
I might hurt
oh,
somebody's feelings.
I know, but at some point, and like I said, I love learning, and obviously you have to keep growing. But at some point, you got to do step one that you read and that you learned. You're trying to read step 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You just need to do first grade.
Hmm.
Execute what you learned in the first grade before you keep trying to educate yourself to the 10th grade.
Well, I got to ask the counter argument then. What if I know
Mm-hmm.
absolutely nothing and get started? Is
Well,
that
then, yes. I mean, if you know absolutely nothing, then you should hire a coach.
okay?
Step one.
Message.
Yeah, you should hire someone so you don't have to reinvent the wheel, because I promise you it's already been done, whether it's in business or fitness. It's been done. So I would say start with some type of consultation so you're off on the right foot. Even I started with a coach inadvertently. It was one of my best friends in the world. He did not charge me, but he could have charged me a whole lot because I knew nothing. I knew fitness, I knew wellness, I knew coaching, I even knew some sales, but I didn't know anything about ground floor starting, founding a business.
Isn't that, this is perfect, alley? Isn't that something you talked about doing, or maybe you already started? Was helping fitness professionals build a business around their skills?
Absolutely. I started at a Gold's Gym corporate decades ago, and I would hire them and teach them, yes, you're a personal trainer, but what else? What's your philosophy? How much money do you want to make a month? How long do you want to be here? Do you want to do something after this? Do you want to work for yourself? So yes, I did help coach trainers to become fitness professionals, because it's two different things. Some people start up as personal trainers as just a hobby.
Right. And we got to talk about a hobby versus a business. So if I'm a fitness trainer right now, I want to be a fitness professional and build a business. Is that something you can help with?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I have programs for that. I have other contractors that I use to help set them up. So again, if you come through coaching with me, I will give you all the tools so you don't have to read 10 books. Maybe you read 1.5, and then we can help you find the funds to just get the experts to set you up.
Oh, that's good. See, that's the fast track. There's no shortcuts, but you can take the fast track. One quote I like, he said, for every hour of learning you do, there should be 3 hours of doing. What pops into your head when you hear that?
When I hear that, I hear, if I give you a program and we had an hour coaching session, I expect you to work out 3 other hours this week to apply what I told you when we met. Because I can teach you all the things about nutrition. I can teach you all the things about how to stretch your hip flexors or how much cardio to do. But at some point, I need you to go do it, or you won't reach your goals.
So reading books, listening to podcasts, taking courses, that won't help me hit my goals?
No, you have a very robust library of educational tools. But if your goal is to start a business and to collect money, you have to do the other parts. And what would you say the first step will be?
It's always action.
Always action.
Action is always the answer. Now, here's where I love to read. I love to learn. My mom taught us to be curious. And so shout out to mom.
Yes.
However, in fitness, in business, entrepreneurship, and in sales, and maybe many other areas, you don't get paid for what you know. You get paid for the results. And once you understand you get paid for results, your goal is to get results as quickly, as consistently as possible. Now, will knowledge help you do that? Yes. The way I look at it is execution is the fire and knowledge is the fuel. So if you just have a bunch of knowledge, you're not going to cook anything.
Right.
But when you put some execution on top of knowledge, literally.
Yeah.
So I will tell someone, take action. Don't make promises you can't keep. Don't sell things you haven't done. Operate in integrity. But take action. Do a call to action on your LinkedIn. Go live on Instagram and tell people about your business. And then continue to learn and grow as you go.
Yes. Learn exactly. Because you need the repetition. The confidence will come from the action and the repetition.
Yes.
And the confidence will help you reinforce the things that you want to sell or you want to teach.
Absolutely.
But that's all in the action. That's not something you could get out of a book.
If you had to pick knowledge or action, I'm going to pick action every time.
Yes.
You'll learn by doing. Now, it's an expensive way to learn. You're going to time and money. But if you had to do one or the other, it's going to be action.
Yeah.
There's so many. I knew a PhD. She was $400,000 in student loan debt, and she was making $45,000 a year. And so that was a really big aha moment for me. I was like, you don't get paid for what you know. you pay for results. Um, that's it. That's the message. That's the tweet.
Yeah, I mean it's true. It's true, and you know, perfection delays people, and they get perfection paralysis, and
Ooh.
they substitute the learning for the doing because they want it to be perfect. And
Can
imperfect
it
action,
can it be
imperfect action.
perfect?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it exists. I think imperfect action is better than perfect plan any day.
But what about, because there's somebody that says, oh, I have a premium brand.
Okay.
Like, especially, well, you were a dancer,
Yes.
are a dancer, whatever.
All of the above.
Like they strive for perfection. Like it has to be up here.
Well,
So,
there's a standard.
uh-huh.
There's a high level standard that is expected, but most seasoned dancers know that perfection is not real either. Like
Mm,
you might do 6 shows in 1 week. You're not gonna do 6 perfect shows. It's impossible.
mm,
You mean even from the stages are different places. I mean, one could be outside, one could be inside. Your feet just hurt that day.
yeah.
Like even if you have learned the piece, you've practiced it over and over again, you know it to perfection. But then reality sets in, and life is real. Just like business is real. It's like always. It's an organic thing. Um, it's not what would be. What would you consider perfect? How your car is supposed to work. It's not even perfect.
Mm-mm.
They manufacture it so that the tires work most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But they're in business. You gonna buy the car.
Facts. That's good. So there's a standard of excellence, but would never let perfection be an excuse to procrastinate. I think that should be on a
Yeah,
t-shirt or something.
yeah.
That's good.
That perfection paralysis holds a lot of people back. Um, a friend of mine recently that I gave a little tidbit to, she was talking about her website, and it was taken down because she needed to do
She took
images,
I'm
two
sorry, it sounded
images.
like she took it down.
Yeah, it wasn't open to the public, and it was up, and then she was doing a rebrand, and she was waiting for couple more images. I said, absolutely not. Put a plate filler
No.
there, and it needs to be back up. And she was gonna wait a whole nother month. I said, oh no, April 1st, next week. It needs to be like, and I had to tell him like she's like, oh, I'm a creative and I'm a this, and I'm like, I said,
No.
you also need to make money.
That's where the biggest measurement in business is how many people you help create success.
Yes.
Hopefully they're paying you for that. But wow. This is something where we overlap. I had 2 people last month, and he was doing a video series. He's doing one every week. I was like, great. You need to create a YouTube channel. He's like, I don't have time. And I was like,
Mm.
you're not allowed to say that to me. Create a channel. So you already have the name and you have one video. Post it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's your assignment. And I'm like, you better have that done before I talk to you again. So he messaged me at like 1 a.m. It's like, here's my YouTube channel. You be my first subscriber. So I hopped in and I subscribed. When I woke up, I wasn't up. I saw that in the morning. But there's so many things you could do, right? He could have designed a new banner. He could have waited till he had 10 videos or 100 videos.
Yeah.
Success loves speed.
Success loves speed, which is why we have a podcast today. Because
We literally, I don't remember if you said it, I said it, doesn't matter. Man, this would be a good podcast. And I know me. I said, all right, let's schedule it. And she said, yeah, all right, let's do it. And now we're 13 episodes in. Hold on,
yes,
where's the media assets? I gotta get better at the media assets. There it is.
yes,
13 episodes in.
yes.
Thank you.
Yes, and it definitely was your idea. I don't even full transparency. I hardly watch podcasts, and you were like, "This would be a good podcast." I'm gonna hit record, okay? And I said,
That's okay. That sounds like me.
"Yeah, that was definitely that way."
Listen, I'll just be taking action. I do not remember.
But because I am not a procrastinator,
You were an action taker. You were
I was
definitely
like,
an action taker.
"Let's do it. Why not?"
But listen, so we said we had an idea. I was like, hey, we should record this. You said yes to the idea. But I need y'all to catch this. She didn't ask me, well, how many episodes are we going to do? How long are the episodes going to be? What are we going to call it? She's like, let's do it. And so if you go back and listen to episode number 1, follow us on all your favorite podcast platforms.
Yes.
Like and subscribe and share, right? Each episode improves.
Mm-hmm.
The concepts are tighter, the audio is better, the lighting's better. I found some cameras for us, so that's probably next for, we might do those in May.
Awesome.
We're starting to put, you'll even see the notes, show notes are there, right? We get better every time. So this is really where action plus information plus action plus information, that's the
Yes.
upward loop. Did you have any, I'll say, any fear or hesitation about starting a podcast?
No, actually, I've been pushed the last 2 years to speak more
Okay.
on camera by one of my business strategists, kind of like you told him to just do the YouTube. There was no fear. It was more about who do I do with that will also be consistent with me. Because I didn't want to do one by myself. I didn't want to talk to myself.
I tried that and it just wasn't, didn't resonate. So that's number two. If you're paying attention, you're taking notes. Number one, take action. That's the number one way to get results in business. It's not information, it's action.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna learn by doing. Number two, get you a mastermind, business partner, affiliate, what do you call it? Accountability partner.
Strategist.
That's the hack.
Yeah, that's the hack.
So that's what we are, because we overlap in some ways, but she's definitely, you're really good at operations and big picture. I'm gonna get, I'm just like, let's go.
Yeah, he's like, I'll be there. And also you have a knowledge base too, because you're like, yeah, we're gonna put us on Buzzsprout. And I'm like, cool, I don't know what that is, but check on it, put that on your list. Like, teamwork success definitely goes a long way, which is why we knew that Business Cousins was gonna make sense.
It does. And then I want to circle back. Oh no, the corporate jargon. But circle back. You said you don't listen to podcasts. Why should someone listen to this podcast?
You know, that is a good question. I think that we're doing something a little bit different. I'm assuming we looked up Business Cousins. We couldn't find any when we did a search. I think that there's a lot of people who jump to the conclusions you shouldn't work with family, you shouldn't work with friends, and they've never even tried. And if they tried, maybe they tried once, but I've done it 10 times. So I think that's a good reason to listen to our expertise, how you can work with others and things that you can learn from the business strategies that have worked and not worked for us.
I love that part. I think for me, if you're picking up this podcast, and we'll probably clip just right here, usually, oh man, another business podcast. This one is going to be for folks that are a little bit, may still be figuring out, and they're figuring out the next level. They've had some success, and you're trying to figure out how to multiply it. It's going to be for people who are still willing to grow. They don't know it all, and they want some authentic. One thing, the earlier, if you're catching the clip, you go back to the beginning, there was some technology issues. We leave that in there. Authenticity is important. We want to lead by example. And I like what you said, what works and what didn't work.
Yes.
I think a lot of times people come on podcasts. I made $1 million yesterday on accident in my sleep.
Right.
And maybe they did, and that's fine. But what about last month? What about the month before that? How much of that was cash collected? Right? What ad spend did you take? We hope to be more transparent than some of those other podcasts out there. No shade.
Yes. I appreciate you saying that, because you would know what else is out there. So,
oh yeah. There's some really good ones, and there's some not so good ones.
Yeah. I do definitely do more audiobooks, but I'm excited to enter this space with you, cousin.
The pleasure is mine. It's nice to have someone that's consistent with me. Because this is, I don't know if you know this is a fourth podcast. Right?
Oh.
We had one, we could never sit still. We could never get it scheduled. We had a second one, there was no direction. So there was no theme, and it's tough to plan something out when there's no plan. The third one, it went really well. I'm not sure what happened. They just stopped one day.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I need to reach out to them. They're all alive and well. And there was one day they just didn't. There was one every week for a year, and they just stopped. I was like, man. And so here, fourth time's the charm.
Yeah.
Let's have a cohesive theme. Let's have a direction. Let's commit to consistency, and let's commit to getting better. Right, to taking action, not just information.
Yes. And to leaving the perfection paralysis in the dust.
I like that perfection paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've heard that one before.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, I've used that one. I get that from my clients often. They're nervous to try exercises. They'll tell me, I can't, I might look weird. I'm like, you're
You
in
are
your
gonna look weird,
and if you
and
did
nothing's gonna happen.
and nothing's gonna happen. And no one actually cares.
I'll tell you what, I sent out 50 messages on LinkedIn saying happy Monday. And finally, like message 46 replied. And mind you, I'm still sending messages. And they're like, hey, thanks so much, Bruce. But today is Tuesday. And you know what? The IRS didn't find me. The Secretary of State didn't shut my business down. Nothing's going to happen.
Nothing's going to happen. Yes. I got one of those. I sent out some messages about, we're having a habit challenge. So if you need some help, getting your habits in order, sign up with us today. But she sent me a message. She's like, hey, Tosh, actually, I don't live in the area anymore. I moved to California. And I'm like, you know what? Good thing it's a digital challenge.
Nice.
You can be anywhere. Anyone can join if you want to get your habits in order.
That's good.
Yes.
That's beautiful. You know what? We should do a little segment.
Okay.
I'm actually, a friend of mine are going to do embarrassing sales stories. So we're both, he's a sales professional, I'm a sales trainer. So we're going to do embarrassing sales stories where we're talking about times we messed up. Right? It's always fun to talk about we hit President's Club and we were top 100 nationwide. And that's how we closed the deal in the last minute. But no one talks about their failures. So we're doing a sales segment. We should have a business lesson segment.
Okay.
So I'm like, what was something that you were like, that did not go as planned?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. Noted that. Yes.
I still like paper, y'all. She's trying to get me digital. It's okay.
I am. So he can have it wherever he goes. So that'll be interesting though to kind of circle back to your other podcast, because it'd be interesting to hear about what do you already know from those experiences, but we're not doing now.
Ooh, are we going to talk about that now, or are we saving that for next week?
We can save that for next week. We'll save
there it is.
Yes. Listen,
y'all, don't let information put you into perfection paralysis.
Yes.
Go take action. So here's the secret for taking action. I'll leave you with this. On the smallest action that you can take, the least amount of risk, the least amount of time, the least amount of effort, and the biggest result, the biggest ROI. Okay? Yes. That's what you got to do. And if you need some help, we've got a challenge coming up. Tasha, you already put the link in the show notes, where you want to get around people who are not just here to make money. We want all of you to be wealthy, and that's health too. And you want to be in a space where you're held accountable, where you're encouraged, and you can get support. Tap in, because we want to see you win. Like, we don't want you to listen to this podcast and then go do the same things.
Right.
You listen to this podcast and be better, and your business better. Like, man, I listened to Business Cousins podcast and I made $1 bazillion dollars. We love it.
Right. We love it. Absolutely. Tag us when you make your money. $1 bazillion is always great.
Oh, man. All right. Thanks for tuning in to the Business Cousins podcast. We'll see you next Tuesday. Until then, go be an action taker.
Yes. Have a good one.